In every culture across time, the notion of a promise holds significant weight. It's a pledge, a vow between parties, often seen as a bond that's not easily broken. In our everyday lives, promises shape our interactions and expectations, setting foundations for trust and reliability. Yet, beyond these daily exchanges lies a deeper, more profound layer where promises transcend mere words exchanged between individuals. These are the promises that come from a higher existence, from the universe itself, or perhaps a spiritual area that guides the destinies of all beings. Here, a promise isn't just a commitment observed, it's a destined path woven into the very fabric of one's life. Historically, promises have been at the core of many legends and myths, shaping destinies and driving epic stories forward. Consider the ancient tales where promises between gods and mortals dictate the fates of entire civilizations, or stories where a hero's journey is propelled by a vow they must fulfill. These narratives resonate because they reflect a fundamental truth about the human spirit's reliance on the fulfillment of promises. They are not just stories, they are profound lessons encased in metaphorical teachings. In similar ways, spiritual teachings across different beliefs and systems often speak of promises. These are the assurances given to us about our life's journey, our purpose, and what we are meant to receive and experience. Transitioning from these broader, historical perspectives to a personal understanding of promises in our spiritual lives, we begin to see how these ancient concepts still echo in our experiences today, just like the heroes of old. Each of us carries a set of promises, not visible, perhaps not even spoken, but deeply felt. These are not promises from one person to another, but from the universe to each individual soul. They are unique and deeply personal, tailored to the arc of our lives, guiding us and shaping our individual journeys. Recognizing what has been promised to us involves a deep dive into the self, an understanding of our innermost desires, and an alignment with the larger forces at play in the universe. Recognizing these spiritual promises starts with understanding that they often manifest subtly. They are not declared out loud or written down, but felt as a pull towards certain paths over others, or as a recurring theme in our lives that we are moved to explore more deeply. It's a whisper in the wind, a pattern in the stars, or a recurring dream that nudges our consciousness towards a specific direction or decision. This is where the journey to uncovering our promised paths begins. In the quiet corners of our intuition and the unspoken yearnings of our souls. As we prepare to look deeper into how these promises shape our lives, how we can recognize their signs, and the impact of truly believing in them, we invite viewers to reflect on their own lives. Think about the times when a deep sense of knowing guided you to make decisions that were right for you. These were not random choices, but perhaps the fulfillment of a promise made to your spirit long before you were even aware of it. We will explore how to recognize these signs more clearly, how to nurture the faith needed to see these promises fulfilled, and how to deal with the inevitable challenges that arise on this path. Stay tuned as we unravel these deeper truths, guiding each viewer closer to understanding the grand promises of their own lives. Recognizing the signs of a promise can sometimes be as subtle as a gentle nudge in the right direction or as clear as a significant life event. These signs are the universe's way of communicating its intent to us, providing guidance and reassurance on our path. To identify these signals, it's essential to develop a heightened sense of awareness and to listen attentively to the inner voice that seeks to guide us. This could manifest as a recurring thought or feeling about pursuing a particular opportunity or a series of coincidences that point you towards a specific path. For instance, you might find yourself repeatedly encountering similar themes, people, or opportunities, even in vastly different settings. These patterns are not coincidental. They are cues from the universe designed to direct you toward your promised destiny. Paying attention to such synchronicities requires an open and receptive mindset. It involves more than just seeing. It's about connecting the dots between what happens in your external environment and your internal emotional responses. These connections are often the universe's way of whispering its secrets to us, revealing the roadmap to the promises made to our souls. As we become more attuned to recognizing these signs, the role of faith becomes increasingly significant. Faith, in this context, is the bridge between merely observing signs and truly understanding and trusting them as affirmations of the promises meant for us. It is about believing with a conviction that does not waver in the face of delays or obstacles. Faith is not passive. It is an active, dynamic force that propels us forward, fueling our journey toward the fulfillment of our spiritual promises. Cultivating such faith can be challenging. It requires an inner strength and a steadfast belief in the face of uncertainty. In times of doubt, it's crucial to remember that these promises are not made lightly. They are as sure as the sunrise in the morning and the stars at night. They are inherent to the very structure of the universe and our place within it. To foster this faith, engage in practices that strengthen your spiritual connection. This might include meditation, prayer, or simply spending quiet time in nature, reflecting on your path and the signs you have received. These practices help solidify your faith and keep you anchored to your spiritual journey, even when external circumstances might suggest otherwise. Challenges on the path to realizing our spiritual promises often manifest as tests of our faith and perseverance. These obstacles can take many forms, from personal setbacks and disappointments to external pressures that make us question our path. It is crucial to recognize that these difficulties are not signs that we have strayed or that the promise has been withdrawn. Rather, they are opportunities for growth, allowing us to develop the qualities necessary to fully accept the promises when they do manifest. Consider the nature of a seed growing into a tree. Before it can reach toward the sky, it must first break through tough soil and overcome the darkness that surrounds it. Similarly, we must push through our challenges, using them as fuel for growth. This perspective shift is vital. Instead of viewing obstacles as barriers, we can see them as stepping stones, necessary for the maturation of our spirit and the eventual realization of our promises. The timing of these promises plays a critical role. Patience is more than a virtue in this context. It is a fundamental aspect of the journey. The fulfillment of spiritual promises operates on a timeline that we do not control. It is governed by a higher wisdom that knows exactly when we are ready to receive what has been promised. In our fast-paced world, patience can be challenging to maintain, but it is essential. Rushing the process can lead to frustration and disillusionment, potentially clouding our judgment and causing us to miss important cues along the way. The art of patience involves a deep trust in the process. Trust that every experience, every delay, and every moment of uncertainty is a stitch in the tapestry of your destiny, perfectly placed for a larger purpose. It is about understanding that the fulfillment of promises will come at the right time, not necessarily our preferred time. During periods of waiting, continue to nurture your faith, maintain your focus, and prepare your heart and mind for the eventual arrival of what has been promised. This preparation involves aligning your daily actions and decisions with your deepest values and the spiritual truths you hold dear. We will explore the concept of alignment more deeply. Living in alignment is not just about personal integrity, it is about ensuring that every step we take is congruent with the ultimate promises of our lives. This alignment ensures that we are not just passively waiting for promises to be fulfilled. We are actively preparing our lives to receive and accept them fully. Living in alignment means more than just following a set of moral codes or personal ethics. It's about integrating our spiritual beliefs into every facet of our lives. When we live in alignment, our thoughts, actions, and choices reflect the spiritual truths we uphold. This congruence creates a powerful resonance that attracts the circumstances, people, and opportunities necessary to fulfill the promises made to us. It's like tuning an instrument to the right frequency to play a beautiful melody. The melody of our lives unfolding as promised. To achieve this alignment, start by clearly understanding your core values and spiritual beliefs. Reflect on these deeply, perhaps through meditation, journaling, or dialogues with a mentor. Once you have a firm grasp on what matters most to you, begin to assess how well your current lifestyle, relationships, and work align with these values. Are there discrepancies? Are there areas where you feel out of sync with your spiritual self? These questions are not meant to criticize, but to guide you towards greater coherence between your inner and outer worlds. Once you identify areas for improvement, take deliberate steps to realign your life. This might mean changing habits, redefining relationships, or even altering career paths. It's about making choices that not only feel right, but also bring you closer to the realization of your spiritual promises. Each aligned action is a step toward inviting the fulfillment of what has been destined for you. As we accept alignment, we also need to discuss the transformative power of realizing these promises. When a spiritual promise is fulfilled, it often arrives as a profound realization, a moment when everything clicks into place. This realization can be incredibly impactful, not only changing the trajectory of our lives, but also deepening our spiritual understanding and connection. The moment of realization is like the dawn after a long night. It brings clarity, joy, and a profound sense of peace. It's an affirmation of our faith and the patience we've practiced. This moment can come quietly, like the gentle unfolding of a flower, or it can be a sudden, overwhelming revelation that leaves us breathless. Either way, it marks a significant milestone in our spiritual journey, a clear sign that what was promised has been delivered. With the fulfillment of each promise, we are invited to look forward, to anticipate more profound revelations and further alignments. This continuous journey is not a cycle of endless seeking, but a progressive unveiling of deeper truths about ourselves and the universe. As we integrate each realization, we prepare ourselves for more complex and significant promises. This preparation is not merely about awaiting new promises, but about actively engaging in our spiritual growth. Engaging in continuous spiritual growth involves a commitment to self-reflection and learning. After experiencing the fulfillment of a promise, take time to reflect on the journey that led there. Consider the lessons learned, the strengths gained, and the insights acquired. This reflection is crucial as it helps consolidate the growth and ensures that the wisdom gained is integrated into your being, enhancing your readiness for whatever comes next. Accepting new promises means remaining open and adaptable. The spiritual path is dynamic, filled with unexpected twists and turns. Staying flexible allows you to navigate this path with grace and resilience. Accept the unknown with curiosity rather than fear, trusting that each step forward is guided by the same forces that fulfilled previous promises. As we prepare to conclude our exploration of spiritual promises, we find ourselves standing at a threshold. Behind us lies the path we've traveled, marked by challenges overcome, lessons learned, and promises fulfilled. Ahead lies uncharted territory, new promises waiting to be discovered and realized. This is a time for celebration and anticipation, a celebration of how far we've come and anticipation of the wonders yet to come. To sustain the momentum of our spiritual growth, it is essential to cultivate a daily practice that keeps us connected to our inner selves and the universe. This practice can vary from individual to individual, reflecting personal beliefs, lifestyles, and spiritual inclinations. Whether it's through meditation, prayer, nature walks, or reflective journaling, the key is consistency. A daily practice acts as a grounding mechanism, keeping us centered and focused amidst the chaos of everyday life. It provides a space for quiet contemplation, where the subtleties of spiritual promises can be felt and understood more deeply. This daily engagement with our spiritual selves does more than just prepare us for future promises. It also helps us recognize and appreciate the smaller fulfillments that occur regularly. Often, these smaller moments can be overshadowed by our focus on larger, more dramatic realizations. Yet, they are equally significant, serving as constant reminders of the ongoing dialogue between us and the spiritual forces that guide us. To truly integrate the essence of each realized promise into our lives, we need to embody the lessons and strengths they bring. For instance, if a particular challenge has taught us resilience, we must carry that resilience forward, applying it not just to spiritual pursuits, but to all areas of our life. Similarly, insights gained about patience or trust should become foundational elements of how we interact with others and approach our personal goals. As we continue to build on these lessons, our capacity to receive and recognize future promises enhances. This enhancement is not merely about acquiring more spiritual knowledge or experiences. It's about becoming more attuned to the subtle energies and rhythms of life. It's about developing a refined sensitivity to the ebbs and flows of spiritual growth, which guides us more adeptly through the complexities of fulfilling our destinies. To sustain the momentum of our spiritual growth, it is essential to cultivate a daily practice that keeps us connected to our inner selves and the universe. This practice can vary from individual to individual, reflecting personal beliefs, lifestyles, and spiritual inclinations. Whether it's through meditation, prayer, nature walks, or reflective journaling, the key is consistency. A daily practice acts as a grounding mechanism, keeping us centered and focused amidst the chaos of everyday life. It provides a space for quiet contemplation, where the subtleties of spiritual promises can be felt and understood more deeply. This daily engagement with our spiritual selves does more than just prepare us for future promises. It also helps us recognize and appreciate the smaller fulfillments that occur regularly. Often, these smaller moments can be overshadowed by our focus on larger, more dramatic realizations. Yet, they are equally significant, serving as constant reminders of the ongoing dialogue between us and the spiritual forces that guide us. Furthermore, to truly integrate the essence of each realized promise into our lives, we need to embody the lessons and strengths they bring. For instance, if a particular challenge has taught us resilience, we must carry that resilience forward, applying it not just to spiritual pursuits, but to all areas of our life. Similarly, insights gained about patience or trust should become foundational elements of how we interact with others and approach our personal goals. While we continue to build on these lessons, our capacity to receive and recognize future promises enhances. This enhancement is not merely about acquiring more spiritual knowledge or experiences. It's about becoming more tuned to the subtle energies and rhythms of life. It's about developing a refined sensitivity to the ebbs and flows of spiritual growth, which guides us more adeptly through the complexities of fulfilling our destinies. Looking ahead, the journey of spiritual fulfillment is ever evolving. Each promise realized opens new avenues for exploration and growth. It invites us to venture further into the depths of our spiritual understanding and to expand our horizons beyond what we previously thought possible. In this ever-expanding journey, it's crucial to remain humble and teachable. The wisdom we've gained is not an endpoint, but a platform from which to reach higher understanding. Let us approach each new promise, each new lesson, with the openness and eagerness of a beginner, For it is in this space of continual learning and openness that the most profound spiritual revelations occur. As we move forward, let this openness be our guide. Let it inspire us to accept not only the promises of the future, but also the lessons of the past, weaving them together into a rich, dynamic tapestry of spiritual life. This tapestry, colorful and diverse, represents the full spectrum of our experiences and lessons learned along the way. It is a living document, ever-changing and evolving, just as we are. And as we add to it, stitch by stitch, let us do so with joy, gratitude, and anticipation for all that is yet to come. This is not the end of our journey, but a beautiful continuation, rich with potential and promise. Let us step forward with confidence and curiosity, ready to uncover the deeper truths that await us on this incredible spiritual voyage.